Hello everybody, today I'm going to do a video on my high thrust Yamaha 9.9 25-inch shaft on my beautiful Hughescraft 160, but just as a bonus feature, since I got the big F70, I'm just going to do a few hole shots for you, and we'll see how that turns out. The F70, I'm going to do a video on it, but literally it's 100 pounds lighter than anything in its horsepower range. It's just a wonderful engine. So I'll let you hear it, then we'll get on with the 9.9 high thrust. That's shooting up to about 40 miles an hour. Just a great motor. Probably has, well, maybe 60, 70 hours on it. Just done the oil change. But we'll move on to the 9.9. Okay, so if you're going to invest some money in outboards, and these aluminum boats are so freaking expensive anyway, you might as well get the best. And I'll tell you what, these Yamaha 9.9s are the best. This little guy will plane this boat. You're not going to get the RPMs, but you got this monster prop, and it's just geared to push these boats along economically and safely. So I'll show you what we got here. So there's your, it's hard to tell, but there's your big prop, and the up down buttons right here. So we're just going to go down, and of course while I'm using this, it's charging my dual battery system, so each motor has its own battery, so you're always going to keep the batteries fresh. I have this one plumbed into the main tank, but I also carry an auxiliary tank for redundancy. So it has been started, so it's not a cold start, but if it was a cold start, you'd pull out the choke and just, give it a touch of throttle, which I'll do now, and then your start button is right here. That's it. So we'll put it into gear. You have your oil light right down there, which is not saying red, so we're good to go. Stick it into gear. You're going to notice it doesn't, you're not dealing with a lot of RPMs or whininess, but it's pushing the boat pretty good, and I have my GPS on, so we'll do a speed test. So I'm going to quit talking and just let the engine do the talking. 40% throttle. I don't know if you can see that, but we're at about 11 miles per hour. Picture that huge water that this big prop is pushing. It looks almost like a jet. Down idle. He's a salmon fish, and we fish at about 3 miles an hour. So you probably fish right about there. Super quiet. So if I move more to the front of the boat at this point is up on plane. Goes in and out of gear without any grinding. There's reverse. What a beautiful day out here. Down that passage is Seattle, about 50 miles. And then if you look right in that cove right there, kind of an interesting side note. Get it to focus there. That's where all the orca whales, the killer whales came that went down to SeaWorld back in the 60s and 70s. Were all caught out of that cove. It's called Penn Cove. So we get a lot of whales and orcas out here, but pretty much the descendants of any orcas that are still in those terrible SeaWorld shows came from that bay right around here. And you pan up over here, and just over those mountains there is Vancouver Island, Vancouver, Canada, and then on up to Juneau and Ketchikan, Alaska. Now that way is the Pacific Ocean. So anyway, I would suggest they're a little pricey, but it's something, a motor that will last you your whole life. So anyway, thank you, and please subscribe. I appreciate you watching the videos. Thank you.